Hello, everyone, and welcome to another We Interview video here on GamingTrend. My name is Adam Moreno, and this is our editor-in-chief, Ron Burke.
Hey, that's me.
Today, we're joined by Razer's global sustainability lead to talk about all things Razer and what they're doing to decrease humanity's footprint on this planet. Welcome, Kenneth. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me here. It's really an honor to be with GamingTrend. So my name is Kenneth. I'm the global sustainability lead for Razer. So basically, our job here is to first of all make sure our employees, the gamers, also enjoy their time working in Razer. But more importantly, we want to make sure that we provide the best sustainable practices for our gamers worldwide. Because the gamers, we realize that are a pretty enlightened bunch of people. They do their research. We want to really be honest and be transparent to them totally. So we also wanted to actually make sure that when they buy that gear, they are buying into an ecosystem of better repairability and sustainable materials. So really, truly an honor to be here today.
Thank you so much for joining us.
That goes really nicely into my very first question, actually. So a lot of companies talk about sustainability, but most of the time what they actually mean is we use some recycled plastic and our box is recyclable. So please tell me you're doing better than that. What does it mean to be a global sustainability lead, and how are you changing that narrative?
Yeah, so I think first of all, I think it's the responsibility of any company to really use recycled material and reduce our footprint to the planet. So I think we started a more concerted effort since 2021, but really Razer's efforts started way beyond that. So if you look at our concept before even 2020, we have Project Christine. Basically, we want to introduce concept that where laptops and computers could be modular. But when we make things modular, we make things repairable. You don't need to throw away the entire laptop when one part is not working because all the parts are soldered together. But instead, you can actually change out the parts that you want to upgrade, or if a certain part is faulty, we can actually change that. You just change the part that's faulty. You don't have to change the entire equipment. So that is our ethos, and when you buy into Razer, you're buying into an ecosystem. Buying into an ecosystem where you can get spare parts quite easily. If you go to Razer.com, you can actually get our spare parts very easily. And when you get our laptops, we don't really solder all the components together. We kept most of the components modular. It's just a unclip or clip-on for our gamers. They can easily do simple repairs for themselves, and this is what we want to provide to the gamers. The whole experience, you don't have to send in your equipment all the time, and it's easily accessible to spare parts and repair parts. So I think that is more important than just doing recycled materials. But of course, recycled materials, from what we understand, based on our studies, internal studies, cuts the emissions up to 60% when you use recycled material. So this year Earth Day, we are actually incorporating all our headsets, mice, and keyboards, be it a new launch or maybe existing lineups, we will incorporate in part or in full recycled material. So this is one of the biggest movement towards recycled component that we have seen in the industry. And I think we certainly hope that we're not the last. We want to inspire the whole industry to move along with us, and gamers can lead the way for the future. So because gamers are the youths and the forerunners, the critical mass when it comes to new technology, and we really want this movement to spread beyond just gamer and influence the world.
So speaking of, how do you get into this line of work? What led you to your job? How do you get into your line of work?
Yeah, so I've been in the field of sustainability for well over 10 years. I have been working alongside on the energy transition, basically, shutting down coal-fired plants and setting up clean energy, be it the wind turbine or be it solar panels, setting up all these plants around the world. So I've been working in more than 30 countries around the world, flying to different places to set up power plants. Then I was just thinking to myself, I'm kind of a gamer, but I don't really have the chance to continue my gaming career in a way, right? So I decided that I want to find a job that pays me and allows me to game during my work time. So well, thankfully the CEO allows me to game during the work hours. So that's why I'm here in Razer. Yeah.
Outstanding.
That's fabulous. So kind of going along with that, what is the biggest challenge that you've faced when moving Razer towards a more sustainable standard across your products? Like what has been the hardest thing for you to get past as a company?
Hardest thing, getting past my gaming hour in office. No, I'm just joking. No, we will try to, when it's time to do work, we will still do work. So I think the greatest challenge over here is that I think something that we also wanted to look into is that we understand that as consumer electronics, we're doing quite a fair bit on hardware peripherals. We actually have what we call the electronic and electrical components. So all these electrical components are actually minerals intensive, and it's also water intensive. So we don't want our products to cause water deprivation somewhere else. When you do your PCB board, it actually consume a lot of water. So, we have manufacturing plants around the world. We do not want them to cause water deprivation problems. And also there's a lot of concerns around mineral usage in recent years. I think under the administration, they also started to tighten laws around shipping of minerals around the world, the sourcing of the minerals in supply chain, ethical sourcing of minerals. All these are key concerns. So I will say it's not easy to be ethical. So, we do our best and make sure that, we always check in. We always feel inadequate when we talk to our supply chain. We always feel that we don't know enough, and we wanting to implement more and visit our suppliers more, so that we make sure that we do not source from unethical sources. So I will not say we're well accomplished in that regard, but we are always very cautious and feeling inadequate in our journey. Yeah.
I've actually worked in manufacturing before. I worked for Lockheed Martin, and they had a lot of the same sort of sustainability efforts where everybody that was in the supply chain had to adhere to a certain strict set of guidelines on where things were sourced or how materials were gathered from the local economy, and then how they would put money back into the economy. You can't just constantly take from an economy just because it's cheaper. You have to give back, otherwise, there's a net negative there. So I really appreciate that you guys are looking into your supply chain and trying to keep that sustainable and ethical. So whether you're successful at it, that's a journey, not a destination.
Totally agree. Yeah.
So how can users get involved? How can folks that buy Razer equipment get involved in sustainability?
Yeah.
Do you have like a trade-in program or anything like that, or e-waste or something like that?
Yeah. So totally. So I think first of all, when you already have a Razer product, we really strongly advise you to work with our colleagues from the customer experience team to make sure that you always get your products repaired, and you get the spare parts that you need. There's always a friendly person at the other line of the call. So please also always reach out to us to always exhaust all possibility of repair first. And when you really run out of options to repair, which unfortunately, it does happen for any consumer electronic, to be really honest. Do visit our Razer store. So, the thing about visiting Razer store is, first of all, you get to experience the latest and greatest from Razer. And of course, you bring your, your well-loved products and trade, not exactly trading, but to actually recycle with us. So, when you recycle with us, first of all, we will try our best to really refurbish it again, and we actually pass it down to other users in the value chain. If it runs out of spare parts, it does happen because, sorry, do you still get me? Okay, if it does run out of spare parts, unfortunately for some product lines after the end of line of the product, we will then send it for recycling. And that if the location of recycling is close to our manufacturing plant, you can then breathe life into the same material into a brand new product. So that's passing the material down, and really that's something that we really want to do. We call it closing the loop. But I will not dare to claim this at this point in time, because we really have gamers across every corner of the continent and the world, around different parts of the world. So we don't want to really ship products that's far from our manufacturing plant to from recycling point, because that increase the carbon footprint. So I think this is something that we're very cautious about, and as much as possible, we want to breathe life in the same material that was being used to build our products.
That's good to hear. Now, before we get to our last question, is there anything else that you'd like to say to our audience about what you guys are working on? Anything that's coming up that with the sustainability aspect that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, so Razer, we are really on to pretty exciting things. So first of all, we are looking into. I think we have already incorporated recycled materials in all our hardware, software, and our headsets, keyboards, and mice. And what we are moving next to is all the other product lines, which is around the remaining 35%, because we started the engineering change requests to actually really change out the entire line. So all the gaming chairs that you'll be enjoying will also be incorporating recycled materials. And what we really want from the community is tell us what you like and tell us what you want to see, because we are really guided by what our community tell us. If you are a Razer fan, you probably know that our CEO is actually very involved in the space, and we do hear directly from the gamers, and we respond directly from himself to the gamers. So please tell us your feedback and what you want to see. Be it you want us to be supporting a conservation project. We have been planting trees worldwide. What else do you want us to do? So we will be happy to hear from you guys, and So who knows? We might be implementing it in the near future. Yeah.
So I'm curious about the chair. I'm going to mention a competitor, but not by name. There's a competitor out there that makes a chair that's made, all of the material is made of recycled coffee grounds. And it works remarkably well for like moisture and smells and everything else. It works really, really well. Are you guys looking into those kind of materials, or is it mostly like the frame, or what are you guys looking at, if you can say?
Yeah. So there are some announcements, but I will not spoil it right now. But I will just ask the community to stay tuned. But what you mentioned, it's I think, if I'm not wrong, it's actually a bio-based product, bio-based material. So bio-based material is actually very important because they are mostly byproducts of a biomass, which the emission has already been expanded. So using all this material, it actually cuts down the footprint of the product. We are definitely incorporating this, and you can already see this in some of our gaming mice as well. So we are using plant-based, bio-based products in our gaming products, and there's this part that it seems very simple. When you go to Razer.com, you see a new product. Our marketing team actually puts on a lot of effort to write down the specs of the products. It could be just a simple liner, bio-based, but a lot of work has been put into it. So I really hope that our gamers can, when they buy our product and when they want to do their research, you can study deeper into products. I want to assure everyone over here that when we make any claims on the product page, we do make our suppliers go through a tedious process of getting certs and verifying that all these are independently verified, and these are authentic materials. So this is our promise to the gaming community, and I'll say stay tuned for the second half of the year. There's some interesting products coming along.
Awesome.
That's exciting to hear. Now, a question that we always end on is, what's one happy memory in your time working in your industry that will always stay with you as a happy memory? It could be maybe a favorite product that you've put out. What makes it special to you, and what will you remember for the rest of your time?
I'm not sure if I can say this, but so I remember back in I think it's 2021. We actually had a lineup of I think it was during the COVID period, and everybody was stuck at home, and we were just looking for the next latest and greatest to buy. And I'm a Razer employee, but I should be focusing on my work. But we were doing Razer Store Live at that point in time, and they are releasing a limited release. They call it the Kanagawa Wave, which is based on the Japanese famous Hokusai painting, where there's a wave and there's a boat. So the design team actually went through the effort to get ocean-bound plastics to make that T-shirt, and the T-shirt was really. Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a jacket. I think there's a jacket, a shirt, and some shorts, if I remember right. Maybe not the jacket. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that was a cool thing.
yeah, and the awkward thing is, it was so well received that like 7 minutes into the live stream, it's totally sold out. And I want to say I was one of the person who wasn't working at that point in time. I was like secretly refreshing the website and buying the unit. So I got one myself, and well, I didn't tell anybody until today, but yeah, I think since it's been so long and people will forgive me that I'll come out honest on this one. Yeah.
That's awesome though, and it seems like it's such a fun story for you as well. But the fact that Ron recognized it was awesome too. But we want to thank you again for joining us in our We Interview series. It's been great hearing about Razer's goal to decrease their footprint across their entire line of products and keep track of what Razer's doing, apparently, because there's going to be some stuff going on. Kenneth, we really greatly appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. And everybody, be sure to follow razer.com/go-green for more information about everything Razer is doing. Anything else from you, Kenneth?
It's really truly an honor to be with both of you, and we really hope to get in touch again. And Ron, thank you so much for your time. Adam, really appreciate your facilitation. So really great time here. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kenneth. It's my pleasure meeting you.